Hello Internet, it's Eric, Jedi Skills 173, 3FG_Inc, depending on what section of the Internet this video is coming to you from. I'm trying to get back into video blogging. I've gotten some messages from people saying they miss my videos, so I'm gonna start doing them a bit more. I'm in school at the moment. I've returned back to school after releasing my last game because I really want to improve my skills in game design, and going to school is the best way to do that because there's only so much I can really learn on my own. So right now I'm in two programming classes. One of them is a C programming class, the other one is a Java class. Java is what I'm most used to working with because it's similar to the code I use in my game, so that's not too bad. And then C is closer. C isn't as hard as I thought it would be. For some reason I thought it would be some crazy hard to understand language, but I'm having no problem with it. It took me about 3 minutes to write the programs for this week's homework. So that's going a lot smoother than I thought it would be. Really taking the time to learn how to program for my last game has really helped me out with this, because now I know what to do, what not to do, what works, what doesn't, because programming is essentially the same. You're doing the same things, just writing it out in different ways. And then the third class I'm in is a game design class, and this is the textbook for the class, and I'd really recommend this book to anybody who is interested in video game development, because this is a great overview of how games are made, why game designers do what they do, just general best practices on what to do with gameplay, interviews with really prolific designers like Will Wright, Sid Meier, Steve Meretzky. There's game analysis a loom here. It's about a bit under 700 pages, and it's really small print with some pictures in it. And a lot of the examples have been updated to include modern stuff. The author worked on The Suffering from 2004-ish, I believe. And overall, it's just a really great book. So if you're interested in game design, give this a look. I think it's on sale on Amazon for around $30, which isn't bad at all for something of this size and being a college textbook. That's pretty cheap for one. So definitely check this out. I'll post the ISBN in the video right here. So there you go. Get this book. It's definitely worth it. Let's see. What else here? Autodesk. I bought, since I have a student discount, I bought this. This is the Autodesk Creation Suite. It includes a bunch of different programs. Autodesk is pretty much the industry standard for game design art asset creation. So it has 3D Studio Max, which is what I use. It has 2011 Maya Mudbox, which is a high definition sculpting program. So instead of making polygons, it's like working with clay more so, and you're doing really fine detail. I don't really use it that much as of yet because a lot of my stuff is still in the concept stage, but it is something I will be using. Motion Builder, which is animation stuff outside of the animation studios that are in 3ds Max and Maya. And then Sketchbook, I believe. It's just their drawing program. I don't use it because I have Photoshop and Illustrator, but it's cool to have it. If this was bought retail, the full professional versions, it would be $17,000, but because this is the academic version, it cost me $360. So that's a 98%-ish discount off the full price, and definitely worth it. If I want to release anything commercially that I make with this, I need to upgrade to the non-student version, but I'll cross that bridge once I get to it. So for now, I'm just using it to learn. I'm not releasing anything with it. And inside you get this, here's my receipt. You get this sweet piece of construction paper with your CD key for one of the programs, which is all kinds of awesome Autodesk, thanks. 2 DVDs here that I didn't use. I guess it's just instructional stuff. And then you got your 4 install DVDs. I believe I only used one, yes, because this is Mac stuff. This is just samples. and then 64-bit and 32-bit. I use 64-bit obviously. Most of these are PC programs only. I believe only Maya will let you install on Mac and Linux, I guess, if they have a Linux thing on here. Then on the back you got your CD keys, obviously. I'll not show those on camera. So yeah, I've been working with that. I also bought in the same order this. This is a 3D mouse by 3D Connexion. They're part of Logitech. And instead of using a regular mouse to navigate 3D environments, you use this cap on top. And the cap is able to move in 6 directions. It can move up, down, left to right laterally, forward and back. It can be tilted, rolled, side to side, and up and down, just by moving this cap in those directions. It's pretty hefty, so it doesn't move around your desk when you're actually using it, which was a concern I had, but it's really not a problem. It's about as heavy as this full bottle of water, so if you can move around something, and it's got these rubber things on the bottom, so it's really sturdy and doesn't move around that much. I'll post a separate video of a demo of this probably immediately after this video blog. I bought the latest version of Unity. It's the game engine I use to make all my games. The 3.0 release isn't out yet. It's supposedly coming out very soon, so that's pretty much what I've been waiting for to start really full production on my next project, is for that to come out, because the changes made in it are pretty significant, not only in like workflow but also features, because I can use really good looking shaders to make really amazing looking iPhone and iPad games, which I couldn't before. And also the debugging is a lot easier because I no longer have to guess as to what does what anymore. I can actually feed it into a program and step through code line by line instead of just blindly testing stuff to see if it works. So that's why I'm waiting for that, and mostly working on art assets right now. I also got Terragen. It's a terrain generation program. I'll also show that in another video. I'll put up some images right now made from it. Basically, it models an entire spherical Earth-size world, or bigger than Earth-size if you want to. And it'll generate terrain. Either you can sculpt it yourself or have it generate terrain. And it's pretty much photorealistic. If you put in a little bit of work and effort, you can get stuff that looks like someone got out a camera and took a picture. Especially the clouds and the way the light is modeled. So I'm using that to make the terrain for my next project, for my RPG. So I've had to model out an entire continent. That's what I've been doing the last few days, is taking the general sketch that I've made of what the continent looks like, and now I'm putting in where mountain ranges should be, where should rivers and streams be, that macro level stuff, because I have 9 million square kilometers to fill, and it has to not only look good, but also has to fit into my gameplay. So certain parts have to be impassable by the player. I have to mark out where towns are, where places of interest are, because that's one of the things I set out as a design goal for my RPGs, that there's an overworld for the player to explore. And moving on, that's the last thing I want to touch on, is my RPG project. I've started on that, mostly doing the art and the general design stuff right now. No real code has been put down because, as I said, the final version of my engine isn't actually released yet. So I'm waiting on that to come out, but that's pretty much what I've been doing the last, I guess, 2 weeks, since I finished my summer school classes a few weeks ago, and then right now I'm in the middle of the current semester, so I'm doing that. Don't know when it's going to be out, probably at least next year, but we'll see. I could get it done sooner because I'm still doing this all by myself. So if I can find someone else to share the workload with me, then that would go along a lot faster. And I am willing to work with someone else on this, because this is a big project. But that's pretty much what I've been up to now. Right after this, I'm going to record a video about my 3D stuff on the computer. So look forward to more video stuff later.